then you have to open that app. But in the WordPress, when you install a plugin, you have to activate that plugin by going into the install plugins, clicking on activate, and then you can actually use that app. So when you install an app on the mobile phone, the icon of that app appears on the menu. Same goes with the plugins. With some of the plugins, when you install that, the icon appears right here. So if I deactivate, you can see that the contact that was here is gone. And if I click on activate, the icon is right here. So this is how the apps or the plugins work in the WordPress. Now I'll just click on the contact forms. So now, since this is actually an overview, that is why I will not be showing you how we can edit this contact form and everything, but I will just show you how the plugin is actually. In this lecture of the course, we're going to be taking a look at the WordPress dashboard overview. So if you are a complete beginner with WordPress and you do not know how WordPress dashboard works, then this lecture is going to really help you understand that. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. So now, in the previous lectures, we installed WordPress. And now it is WordPress' job to actually let us edit this whole website that we see right here. Now you can see that we already have got a sample page created by the default, and we already have a home page over here. But let's suppose that if we want to edit anything, then how can we do that? And the answer is really simple. You have to access the admin panel or the dashboard. In panel, what you have to do is to type in there localhost:8080, and then you have to type in there /wp-admin, and then you have to hit on enter. And it is then going to check if you are logged in. It will take you to the admin panel, and if you are not logged in, it will just tell you to enter your username and your password that you entered while you were installing WordPress. So let's just go ahead and let's enter our username, and let's enter the password that was ASDFGH. And now what we have to do is to hit on login, and it is going to log us in to the WordPress dashboard. Now this WordPress dashboard might seem a little bit confusing to you right now, but after this video, it is going to really much easier for you to understand each and everything. So now you can see that we have installed WordPress. Now it is completely the WordPress job to edit the website, and that is why they have provided us with this admin panel. So let's just go ahead and let's understand this admin panel step by step. So first of all, you can see that we have got this admin menu that is going to be shown to you if you are logged in. And what this is going to do is that this is going to let you switch between the public website, so you can bring your mouse to the title, and then you can click on visit website so that you can see that how your website looks like. Similarly, it is going to also help you go back to the admin panel so that you can just click on that rather than typing /wp-admin. Similarly, if you want to log out, what you can do is that you can bring your mouse to your username, and then you can click on log out, and you will be logged out of the website. Now let's just go ahead and let's take a look at this sidebar. So this home page is going to be the useless. It is going to show you some of the things that you should do with your website. Now since you already have this course, you can actually leave this page. In the updates page, there is going to be all of the updates that you might get in the future. Like let's suppose that there is a newer version of the WordPress, you will be able to update that from here. And let's suppose that if there is a newer version of the theme and the plugin that we will be talking later on in this lecture, what are those, you will be able to update that as well. In the post, you will be able to add post. Now we will be talking about these posts later on in the course when we will be working with the blog website, since posts are actually used in the blog website. In the media, there is going to be all of the media your website is going to contain. It is kind of like the phone gallery. Like you can see that when you take a picture, it gets stored in the media or the phone gallery. Same goes with the media library. All of the images that you are going to be adding on your website are going to be shown in the media library. After that, we have got this pages, and if you click on this, it is going to take you to the all pages. So in the all pages, you are going to see a list of all of the pages that your website is going to contain. Now you can see that we have got a one sample page that is published. And if we bring our mouse to the title and we visit the website in a new tab, now you can see that we have got this sample page. So now let's just go ahead and let's create a new page. In order to create a new page, you either have to click on the Add New, or you can click on this Add New, or you can bring your mouse to this and click on Page. And it is going to take you eventually to the Add New page. So let's just go ahead and let's add the title of the page. I'll be writing in here About, and now in here I'll be adding some of the content. Now I'll be using a dummy content from this website, that is lipsum.com. Now this lipsum.com is going to provide you some of the dummy content that you can use on the website where you do not know which type of content you are going to be using. This is going to really help you when you are building a website for a client and you do not know what to write. So you can add the dummy content, then you can submit that website to the client, and then the client can actually give you the updated content and you can update that. So let's just go ahead and let's click on Generate Lorem Ipsum, and this is going to take us to this page where now we can copy the content. So let's copy the first 3 paragraphs, and now let's go to the website and now let's paste this. And now you can see that every single content is now pasted. Now if I just click on publish, and now if I view the website, you will see that instead of the sample page, I now also have got the About page as well. So that's how you can go ahead and you can create a page in the website. Now do not worry about how you can customize each and everything, because this lecture is only the overview. In the upcoming lectures, we'll be diving deeper into each and everything. And after that, we will be eventually building this website together. So do not worry about that. Similarly, with this default page editor that we have over here, what you can do is that you can make any of the text to be bold. So let's suppose you can select that. Now you can click on bold and it is going to be bold. You can change something to be italic. It's going to be converted into italic. And similarly, you can also make any of the text to be a particular link. So you can select that and then you can add the link. So let's suppose that we want our users to be redirected to google.com. We can select that, and if anyone is going to click on this, he's going to be taken to google.com. Similarly, let's suppose that if we want to add a heading, we can just bring our mouse to this plus, and now we can click on that and we can select heading from here. And the heading is then going to be here. So let's suppose that we want to write here who we are, and then this is going to be the heading. And now we can bring this heading up to the top as well. All right, now we can do particularly some kind of stylings as well with this heading, like we can add a background color. And let's change the text color to be the black. Similarly, what we can do is that we can also add an image. So we can click on the plus. Now we can click on the image right here. And now we can just click on the media library. And it is going to see if our media library contains any image. Now you can see that inside a media library, there is no image. That means that we can actually add an image. So you can get an image by clicking on the resources and clicking on the image, and that image is going to be downloaded. After that, you can drag and drop that image, and it is then going to be shown over here. Now you can click on select, and now you can see that this is actually the image that we have over here. Now, if we go ahead and we hit on update, and now if we refresh this page, you can see that the look of the page is now changed. So that's how you can go ahead and you can create a page inside the WordPress. Now, in the next lecture, we're going to be actually learning how we can create a 3-page basic website by implementing everything what we have done in this lecture. After that, we've got the comments. Now, since this comment is actually related to the post, we're going to be talking about comments in that blog section. Then we've got the appearance. And if we click on it, it is going to take us to the themes right here. And now you can see that I've got this 2023 theme, which is the active theme. Now, if I just go ahead and I activate this 2022 theme, if I just click on activate, and now if I go ahead and I refresh this page, you can see that the look and feel of my website is changed. Similarly, if I just go ahead and I activate this 2021 theme, then you will see that the look and feel of my website is going to be changed. So that's how the themes basically work. The themes decides the look and feel of your website. Now we're going to be diving deeper into the themes later on in the course, so do not worry about that. Now there is one thing that I want you to do, and that is just go into the add new, alright, and then install the 2019 theme, which is the basic theme right here. The reason why I want you to install that theme is that because that is going to be a really basic theme, and it does not automatically create pages when we are customizing the theme itself. The other themes that we have over here do automatically create those pages, so that is why it is recommended that you install that theme. So what you have to do is to either search for 2019, or you can go down and you should see the 2019 over here. So if you do not see this, what you can do is that you can search for 2019. And then you have to click on install, and then this theme is going to be installed on the website. So once this theme gets installed, now you have to click on activate. And now if you go to the website and you refresh this, you can see that this is how now the theme looks. And now you can see that we do not have a menu as well. And that is why I chose this theme, so that we can do each and everything from the scratch. Alright, so just go ahead and activate this 2019 theme. Now let's just go ahead and let's talk about the plugins. So what are the plugins? Plugins are basically apps, or in other words, the add-ons for your website. So like, let's suppose that when you purchase a mobile phone, then that particular mobile phone can let you make a phone call, receive a call, send a message, receive a message, and these are the things that the phone can let you do. But let's suppose that if you want to edit a picture that you have taken from your phone camera, then let's suppose that your phone... So what you have to do is to go into the App Store or the Play Store, and then you have to search for that app, and then that particular app lets you edit your photos that you have on your phone. Same goes with the plugins. So now if I just go ahead and I go to the About page, and if I just click on Edit Page, now you can see that WordPress is allowing me to add so many of the things, right, that I can add just directly by clicking on that, and that is going to be added. But WordPress does not allow me to add a contact form on my website. So let's suppose that if I want to install or add a contact form on the website, then what I can do? The answer is really simple. I would just have to go into the plugins, and like the themes we install a theme, we can go into the Add New, and we can add a contact form plugin by searching for that. And it is going to show us the contact form. Now if I just click on install, this contact form is going to be installed on the website. Now when you install an app, what you have to do is to like go into the menu and then you have to open that app. But in the WordPress, when you install a plugin, you have to activate that plugin by going into the install plugins, clicking on activate, and then you can actually use that app. So when you install an app on the mobile phone, the icon of that app appears on the menu. Same goes with the plugins. With some of the plugins, when you install that, the icon appears right here. So if I deactivate, you can see that the contact that was here is gone. And if I click on activate, the icon is right here. So this is how the apps or the plugins work in the WordPress. Now I'll just click on the contact forms. So now since this is actually an overview, that is why I will not be showing you how we can edit this contact form and everything, but I will just show you how the plugin is actually going to work. So now you can see that I've got this short code. And if I just click on it, now I can copy the short code of that by pressing Command C or Control C. And now I can go to my Edit About page, and now I can go down. And now let's suppose that right down below I want to add the contact form, so I can hit on Enter. And now I can paste this short code. And you can see that now this is right here. And now I can hit on Update. Now you can see that if I just click on View Page and if I go down, I now have got the contact form. So that's how you can go ahead and you can add plugins on your website to make your website either much more functional or much more attractive. Now I'll be going ahead and I'll be deactivating this plugin and I'll be deleting this plugin. And we will be actually adding this contact form later on in the course. And now if we go ahead and we refresh this About page, you can see that this is just acting as a text because WordPress does not know what to do with this form. So now let's just go ahead and let's go to the users. In the users, there is going to be all of the users that your website is going to contain. So like let's suppose that in the future when we will be working with the e-commerce website, then there will be customers coming onto the website and purchasing the products. So all those customers' data will be in the users page. Similarly, let's suppose that if you actually want to hire a person to edit any of the thing in your website, then you can click on Add New and you can add the details of that person, and that person will then be able to edit the website. So you can assign that person a role, like that person is going to be the editor of the website who will be given access to create the pages and everything, and he will not be able to delete anything. So these type of roles can be added to the users as well. Similarly, in the profile, you will be able to edit your profile. So like let's suppose that if you want to change the styling, like let's suppose that some users like to see this color scheme and some users like to see the light color schemes, and you might want to use any type of other color scheme for the dashboard, like the dashboard is much really harsh to your eyes and you do not want to use the default one, then you can change that, and these type of settings you can do in this profile page. Similarly, you will also be able to actually change your password. So like you can see that our password was ASDFGH. Now if I want to change the password to QWERTY, I can select that, and now I can confirm the use of weak password, and now I can hit on Update Profile. And now my password is going to be updated. So now if I log in using my previous password, I will not be able to log in. So these type of things you can do in the profile. And then we have got the tools that is going to contain like whether you want to import your website to any other website or you want to export your website, you can do these type of things in the tools. And similarly, in the settings, you will be able to change the settings of your website. Now we will be talking about these settings later on as we will be progressing with this course, because you can see that there are actually so many of the settings. Now I do not want you to get confused, and that is why I cannot just tell you the settings right now, because different projects require this in the future. Then we will be relating with those settings and I will show you what this setting is actually going to do. And then you will be able to understand that much better. Finally, we have got this collapse menu, and if you click on this, your menu is going to be collapsed, and if you click on this, your menu is then going to be open. So this was actually the dashboard overview. Now, if you are getting overwhelmed a bit, I just want to say that do not worry. You have got this course and you have got the lifetime access to this course. So just take it at your own pace. You can come back as often as you like, as you have got the lifetime access. Also, I'm just a one single click away. So if you face any difficulty, you know that you can just post a question and I will reply to your question as soon as possible. So do not worry. And from the upcoming lectures, I will be showing you how you can actually build this website step by step, and over my shoulder, you will be able to see how you can implement each and everything. In this lesson, we will learn how to create a basic 3-page website. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. From this lecture onwards, I'll be talking a bit more faster. And the reason for that is because now we are fully done with the basics of WordPress. So now if you think that I'm talking much faster, then you can control the playback speed by clicking on here, and you can select if I want to talk very much slow, so you can set this to 0.75. And if you think that I'm talking much slower, then you can also increase the playback rate to 1.25 or 1.5x so that I can talk much more faster. Let's just go ahead and let's get started. So now, as the previous lecture, we changed our theme to 2019. So if you actually go ahead and we go into the theme, you can see that we've got the 2019 theme. In the pages, we also created a one single page that was the About Us. Now what we have to do is to create two more pages. That is going to be the home page and the Contact Us page. So since we do not need the sample page anymore, we can click on trash and this is going to be deleted. Let's just go ahead and let's click on Add New so that we can add our home page and our Contact Us page. Now what I would actually recommend you to do is to go ahead and click on these three dots over here. Click on that and just uncheck this full screen mode so that we can also see the WordPress dashboard over here, because I kind of like it this way. Let's just go ahead and let's add our page content. In the title, we will be naming this title to be the home page. That is going to be the home. Now we will be going ahead and we will be going to libsyn.com so that we can get some of the content from here. So now I'll just go ahead and I will click on generate lorem ipsum, and this is going to be taking me to the page, and I can now just copy the first two paragraphs. Now I'll just go to the website and I'll paste it inside the website. Now here what you can do is that you can also change the the paragraph to any other element as well. So like you can see that this is actually the paragraph block. Now I'll be clicking on here and you can see that I can change this into a heading. Now I would not change this full paragraph into a heading, otherwise it's going to be pretty much bigger. So like let's suppose that I want to change this into a quotation as well. So if I just click on quote, this is going to be turn it into a quotation, and I can just like change this to like who said this, add a citation, the author name. So like let's suppose that John Doe said this text. All right, now right down below we can add another block. So we can just click on this plus over here, or we can click on this plus and we can select an image from here. All right, so let me go into the media library. I'll select this image and I'll click on select, and you can see that this is the image right here. Similarly, I can also change the image style. So I can click on here, and now here let's suppose that I want to change this into a cover. All right, and here is going to be a cover. So I'll just change this into the welcome to my website. All right, and now I'll be changing the text color to actually white so that it is pretty much visible. All right, now once I'm done with that, I'll be going ahead and I'll be clicking on publish, and this page is going to be published. Now I can view this page and I'll be taken to the home page, and this is how the home page looks like. Now let me tell you one thing. If I just click on logo over here, I want it this way so that if I click on the logo, the home page should be loaded. All right, so I want it this way. So in order to do that, or in order to make your home page to be the home page, what we actually need to do, we need to go into the dashboard, And now once we are in the dashboard, now we have to go into the settings and now we have to go into the reading. So inside the reading, here it says your home page displays. So what we will do is that we will click on a static page and now we will select our home page to be the home page that we actually created. We can select that. Now we can hit on save changes. And now if you go ahead and we visit the website, you can see that now we are getting on the home page, we are getting the home page over here. With a home and about page. Now what we have to do is to create a last page that is going to be the contact us page. So we will go into the dashboard. Now we will go into the pages and we will go to the add new, and now we will be entering the title over here that is going to be contact us. And now in here we will be adding a block. So let's just go ahead and let's click on this plus, and let's suppose that if you want to add a list over here. So in the list I'll be entering first of all the phone number. Alright, so in the phone I'll be entering colon over here, and now I'll be entering the phone number. Now, and in here I'll be entering email, colon, and now I'll be entering the email. Let's suppose that this is going to be info@example.com. Now I'll hit enter, and now I'll be entering address, colon, and let's suppose that the address is actually Liverpool, comma, UK. Alright, so let's suppose that this is actually the information. Now I'll be making this phone to bold, so I'll select that. I'll be making this email to bold as well, so I'll select that. And I'll be changing this address to be bold as well, so I'll select this to be bold. Now I'll go ahead and I'll hit on publish, and I'll hit on publish, and now if I just go ahead and I view this page, you can see that we have also got our contact. So now we have got all three pages created. Now what we have to do is to actually show the menu. So if you visit the website, you can see that we want to show the menu over here so that the person can actually browse through the website. So what we can do, we can go into the dashboard. Now we can go into the appearance. Now we can go into the menus. And now we can create our menu. So we will name this menu to be menu 1. Like, you can enter any name over here, or you can set this to be primary menu as well. So like, it totally depends on over here, and I'll be hitting on enter, and now you can see that that menu is created. Now in the pages, I'll select all the pages, and I'll select home, about, and contact us, and I'll hit add to menu. Now similarly, I can also bring this contact us over here. So I can do that particularly as well. Now I'll be just using this order, home, about, and contact. And now I'll hit on save menu. So now once this menu gets saved, now if you go ahead and we visit the website, you can see that we do not get to see the menu. And the reason for that is because we have to tell WordPress like where we want to show this menu. So what we can do, we can go into the dashboard. Now we can go into the appearance and menus. Now in here you can see that we've got this menu 1 that we created previously. Now we will go ahead and we will set the display location to be primary menu, and we will hit on save menu. Alright, that's it. Now if you go ahead and we visit the website, you can see that now we've got this home, and if we click on about, we are taken to the about us page. And if we click on contact us, now we are taken to the contact us page. So this is how you can go ahead and you can create an ugly 3-page website, and that's how easy it is. Now if you go ahead and we go to appearance, and then we go into the themes over here, and now let's suppose that if we install a new theme, and this time we are going to be installing the 2020 theme. Alright, so I'll be going ahead and I'll be clicking on install, and now once this theme gets installed, now I'll be clicking on themes. And now let's suppose that if I activate this 2020 theme, and now if we view this website, you can see that this is how it looks like. We've got the home, about, and contact us. So any theme you go ahead and you take a look at that, you will see that the look of that is going to be changed. So that's it. Now we are fully done with the layout of WordPress. We now know how we can go ahead and how we can create pages inside the WordPress. In the next lecture, we will be taking a look at the customize. So we will learn how we can go ahead and how we can customize the theme. And after that, we'll be moving forward. Stay tuned and bye-bye. Welcome back, my dear students. And in this lesson, we will learn how to work with the footer. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. Now, the very first thing that I want you to do is to first of all go to your lecture over here, and before this designing the footer, you should see this before starting the next lecture, install this plugin. So what you have to do is to install this plugin before designing the footer. So what we will do is that we will go ahead and we will go to the website. Now we will go ahead and we will go into the dashboard, and we will go into the plugins, and we will hit on add new. Now what we have to do is to search for this plugin that is going to be classic widgets. Alright, and now we have to hit on enter. Now once you are in here, now this plugin is by WordPress contributors that has got 1+ million active installation by the time I'm recording this lecture. So now I'll go ahead and I will hit on install now, and this plugin is great. So once this plugin gets installed, bottom, and now in here, what you can do is that you can go ahead and you can write here copyright. So like copyright, this is going to be like you can show your website name, copyright iTanzil, and now in here you can add a space, designed by Team Tanzil. So like let's suppose that you want to write these as your copyright credits. All right, and then what you can do is that you can change the text color to white so that this is going to be pretty much visible. All right, and now what you can do is that you can click go back, and right now we are in here. Now what we have to do is to actually work with this. All right, so this is going to be about Tanzil, contact information, like us on Facebook. So like let's suppose that you want to add some of the information in here like that. Then how you're going to do that. So let's just go ahead and let's work with that. First of all, what we need to do is to go ahead and we need to go into the footer widgets. All right, and in here you can decide like how many widgets you want to show. So let's suppose that we want to show 3 columns in here. All right, so in the first column, we will be entering about us, contact information, and like us on Facebook. So let's suppose that these are the information we want to add. So then what you need to do is to select like you want to only add 3 columns. Now what we will do is that we will click on go back. Now you have to go to the widgets. So inside the widgets, now you should see footer 1, footer 2, footer 3. So inside the footer 1, we will select add a widget. And now we will be adding in here text. We will be searching for text, and you can see that we've got this text. So in the title, we will be entering the title about Tanzil. So let's just go ahead and let's copy that, and let's paste it in here. And now in here, you can add some of the dummy content. So you can copy that from libsyn.com. Now you can go into the generate lorem ipsum, and let's suppose that you want to use the first paragraph, which is quite really big. So let's just go ahead and let's paste it in here. Now you can see that this is right here. Now I'll be keeping this paragraph to be a bit shorter, so I'll be getting rid of this much. And now this is how this is actually looking about Tanzil. Now what you can do is that you can click on go back, and now you can go into the footer 2. All right, and now in here, what you can do is that you can add another widget, and this is going to be the same text. So you can click on text. All right, and you can actually search for the text, and then you can click on it right here. Now in here, what we can do is that we can write here contact information, and once you have added that, now what you can do is that you can go to the website, you can copy the phone number and everything. All right, and now you can go back to the website and you can paste it in here, and you can see that this is right here. So now you do not need to worry about it. Now you can click on here. Now you can also style this. Like you can see that we are actually using a bulleted list over here. We are making this to be bold, and our working days and everything is right here. So now what we can do is that we can go back, and in our footer 3, what we have to do is to add our like us on Facebook page. So what we can do is that we can click on add a widget. All right, and now what we have to do, we have to actually add a Facebook page link over. So how do you add this? Like what you need to do is to actually go ahead and you have to search for Facebook like box. All right, you need to search on Google for Facebook like box. All right, and now you are actually in here. Now what you need to do is to click on here in the first link that's going to take you to developers.facebook.com. So now once you are in here, now you need to click on this page plugin. All right, and this is right here. We are right now in the page plugin, and now what you have to do is to enter the Facebook page URL. So let's suppose that I want to add the Facebook page URL of Apple or the iPhone. So I'll be going ahead and I'll be adding Apple in here, and Apple page is going to be appearing in here. Now in here you can select what is going to be the width and what is going to be the height of that. So let's suppose that I want the height to be 350 pixels maximum, and let's see what is going to be the height of that. So this is going to be the height. All right, now you can see that this is how it looks like. So now once you're done with that, now you need to click on get code. All right, that's it. This is the thing that you need to do. And now we have got this over here. Now what we have to do is to go back to our website. Now in the code, in the widgets, what we have to do is to select custom HTML. Now in here, in the title, we will be entering here like us on Facebook, or you can enter find us on Facebook. All right. Now what you can do is that you can add content. So inside the content, what you need to do is to copy this. All right, so let's copy this. Let's go ahead and let's paste it in here. Now let's hit on enter. Now what we have to do is to copy this. And now we also have to paste it in here. That's it. This is the thing that you need to do. And now you should see the Facebook like box over here. So if you do not see it, don't worry. What you need to do is to click on done. Or let's just go ahead and let's hit on publish. All right. Once you're done with that, you just need to do that. Now you have to click on cross. Once you're done with that, now if you go ahead and you visit the website, you can see that this is going to, the website is going to access the Facebook. And now we have got this right here. Now what we have to do is to actually design this that we have over here. So what we can do is that we can click on customize. And now once we are in the customizer, now what we have to do is to go into the and decide like how do we want to design it. So like first of all, we need to go ahead and we need to change the text color to actually white so that this is going to be much more visible. All right, and now we have got this link color, so we're not actually using the link colors, and that's it. Similarly, if you actually want to use the 4 columns, you can set this to use 4 columns. All right, and this is how it's going to be. Now what you can do is that you can click on go back, and now inside the widgets, all right, inside the 4th widget, you can add particularly any widget you want, and that is going to be added in here. It totally depends upon you, like how you want actually the widgets to be, and then that is going to be shown over there. So right now you can see that this is how the website is looking, and now we are fully done with the footer, and we are also fully done with the header as well. Now do not worry about like if you are actually getting some of the restrictions. Like let's suppose that we want to design this footer at very much extent. Like let's suppose that we want to use buttons, we want to use hover effects, we want to use images as well, and so much more. Like let's suppose that we want to use so many more things with this footer. Then you can actually do that, and you will also learn in this particular course as well, because in the 4th project, the e-commerce website, we'll be working with so many more things, and you are going to be amazed to see the results. All right, since this is going to be the personal website, that is why we have to keep it to be as simple as we can so that it looks much more better. That's it. Now we are fully done with that. In the next lecture, we will be taking a look at the page builder overview, all right, where I will tell you much more about the page builder, like how it actually works, and then we'll be going ahead and we'll be designing this website in no time. So this website will actually be designed probably like in 2.5 hours, and you'll be amazed to see the results. So stay tuned and bye-bye. Welcome back, my dear students, and in this lecture, we will be working with the page builder. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. So now before starting with the page builder, we first have to understand what a page builder is. Then we can move forward. So let's just go ahead and let's talk about that. If we go ahead and we go to the website, we log into the website, and now we click on the customize over here. Now we will be taken to the theme customizer, and these are the customization this theme is allowing us to do. So you go ahead, you go to dashboard, you go to themes, and you install any other theme. That theme customizer is going to be different. So theme customizer is basically what the theme developer has allowed you to do to your website. So we go ahead and we install any of the theme. That theme is going to let us customize the top bar, the header, and the footer. The thing that we need to do with the body that we have over here, that theme customizer is not going to let us design that. So basically, let's suppose that theme customizer would let us change the typography of the body, so we can change the font, we can increase the font size, and most importantly, that theme customizer would allow us to change the background color. But that's it. Now, in order for us to build amazing websites like this, where we would be having images in the background overlay, and on top of that, we can add as many elements as we want, either side by side, either above or between the other elements. So, build this type of custom website, then we definitely want to use the custom page builder, because the default WordPress builder, if we go ahead and we just get rid of the customizer, and now we go into the edit page for our home page that we are on, and if I just click on here, it's going to take me to the edit page over here. Now this default builder that this WordPress is providing me actually sucks. So you can see that I can actually add an image in the background, then I can add a text, but let's suppose that above the text I want to add this image, and below that text I want to add another text, then I want to add 2 buttons in here. Now let's see if we have got any option for that, and you can see that we are not being given any option for that. So this is what the default WordPress builder is. Now, what we have to do is to install a different page builder inside the WordPress using a plugin, so that we can design custom websites like this. And that particular builder is actually called the page builder. Alright, so because if we go ahead and we go into the plugins and then we hit on add new. Now if we go ahead and we search for page builder, and now if we hit on enter, it's going to search for that particular keyword. Now you can see that we've got so many of the page builders over here. So which page builder should we actually go with? And the answer is really simple. You need to go with a page builder that has got the most installations and that has got most reviews. And we've got this Elementor website, got 5+ million active installations. So we can go ahead and we can use this page builder. So let's just go ahead and let's install now. And you can see that this is going to be installed on our website. So now once we